Hello and welcome back to another video by simplelifetarot.com. This is Sahil, your trusted tarot partner and coach, and welcome to this video which is dedicated to the people of a zodiac sign of Sagittarius. This is officially your season, people. Happy birthday to all my Sagittarian friends. If you're new to this account, don't forget to follow the account or subscribe to the account, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram. And if you'd like your personalized in-depth readings, then you can always book a reading on simplelifetarot.com, or you can DM me on either Facebook, Instagram, whatever suits for you or suits you. All right, so I've already picked out a few cards. I'd like you to have a look at the cards as well before I bring out the readings to you. I've already taken out the cards to save some time, and they look pretty interesting. You probably have some good news ahead. So hang in there, have a look at these cards, and we'll dive into the readings right away. There we go. Okay, so welcome back. Hope you've had a good look at the cards. It's a very mixed energy, Sagittarians, for you. It's a very mixed energy. However, and first of all, let me just mention this. This is a general forecast, so contexts could be different for different people. Suit your context. So I'm going to give you the broader themes. What are going to be the insights for you for this season, and what's going to be setting the tone for you in the next coming year? So I have a few cards for your recent past, let's say up to a year's time. What's going on currently with you in your present, and how the future might look like, excuse me, or the next year probably. So that's the range I'm looking at. So I've got, like, for your recent past energy, I would say I've got 8 of Pentacles, I've got 6 of Swords, I've got the Magician card. This is pretty interesting, and what these cards really tell me together is some of you might have actually engaged in something new. Could be a new, I would say, a job. It could be a new relationship. And some of you might have even changed locations. For example, I would say, some people might have got a job into a different location. They moved because of that. Some people got married and moved with their spouses. It could be any of those things, recently, and past 1 year or so. And this actually was a pretty good move. Whatever that change that came for you, it was pretty good. You saw, and these things really happened suddenly for you too, right? So maybe you were waiting and suddenly things moved forward, and it really brought some of, I think, the abundance for you, especially in the material world, and also towards I think your intellectual or your mind, from your mind's perspective. You kind of came from all this chaos that was probably in this, either in your job scenario or the relationship scenario. Everything was like a chaos, maybe not moving forward. People, maybe they were against the ideas that you had, and suddenly you went to the calmer waters, right? In this time, in the recent times, and things started to kind of settle in. It was like I wouldn't say completely a healing period, but you came to a better time, and this actually turned out to be really, really beneficial for you. Really beneficial for you, right? 8 of Pentacles really is this card where you probably saw some success, and internal success, especially in your head. You felt more at peace. You felt more abundant wherever you are, where you came from, and where you are today. Because even this past is today. In this entire journey from chaos to coming into the calmer waters, right? Through this whatever movement you took or made. You also realize that you had a lot of potential in yourself, right? Some of the things or perspectives, even about your own sense of belief, your own sense of identity, might have also shifted. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a physical move from one place to the other, but there could have been some internal shifts that really altered the way you think about things in life. So that's something to note, because I have the Magician card. It's the Mercury card. Maybe you thought, although I have no doubts, Sagittarians, you are pretty much, in my experience personally, I have a few friends who are Sagittarians, pretty much outspoken, right? And because they had the sense of expression, they had this sense of expansiveness, right? Sometimes when they speak, or they're visionaries, right? So, or you are visionaries, because visionary, you're watching this right now as Sagittarians. So, Magician being a Mercury card, or Mercury energy, right? You might have realized you have a certain way of negotiating or talking to people, communicating with people, or doing some of the business deals probably, or some negotiations with others, could be family, could be friends, uh, that really made the way through, or they paved the way forward for you, from moving from chaos to the better times. So that could be one of the realizations for you. And also, it also nudged you to think about all the perspectives of life, or all areas of life. What is important to you, right? And what is important to your family? What is important to your friends or your bosses or whomsoever, whatever the context is. And really brought you together. You had a greater sense of confidence one more time, right? Which you didn't think that you will get. But all this, sometimes, the chaos happens for, it's like a blessing in disguise, if you will. Sometimes you don't know why is this happening, and suddenly things happen, and you get nudged, and you bring out some aspects of yourselves that were, they were dormant. They were dormant. You just didn't know, they were just sleeping down there, right? And then sudden fire ignites, and oh my God, I had this kind of talent too. I could do this, and I could say this. I could move these things forward in certain ways. So those were some of the, I think, the times I'm seeing, I'm picking up from these cards from the past, and moving to the present. They're pretty much connected. I see you wherever you are today in your context, Sagittarians. This has been a very emotionally fulfilling time. I have a Nine of Cups, I have Page of Swords, and I also have a Three of Pentacles. A very emotionally fulfilling time. We also call the Nine of Cups as the wish card. So whatever you wished for your life, that has come to fruition, right? Especially at the emotional level, you feel much better, much better. And emotional abundance, for example, if it was a relationship, that relationship expanded more, right? You're feeling much better about the relationship. And I also see, whether you pick it up or not, some people do, some people don't. If it's relationships, you could have maybe your family expanded, right? That's also an emotional fulfillment. Your relationship with your spouse expanded. Your relationship with the bosses, got really better, got expanded. It could be a job that you got into that kind of expanded for you, became more fulfilling for you. So, and that expansion actually didn't just happen on its own, just because you started, you thought it happened. Excuse me. When you see what's inside of this Nine of Cups is the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Now, this actually, I would say, especially with the Page of Swords, I think you've done some good work, and you are probably still. It's a page card, right? You're still thinking on what path you must go forward. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of ambitions, especially in your work context. You could have some goals in your life now. Slowly, you're thinking about those goals, and you're also you've already actually started to put in efforts into those goals, whatever those goals are. Let's say this, I'm going to change the context in example so that everybody gets a chance to connect. Let's say, you're in this emotionally abundant state only for the reason you're choosing some of the specific goals. Remember, the sign or the symbol of Sagittarius is the centaur, right? He's an archer as well, half animal, half man, right? Human being, and then is an archer. When they aim, they take a little bit of time. There's Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, but they want to do the right work. They want to shoot ahead. They want to move ahead. It's a fire sign, right? It's a fire sign. There's a lot of activity there inside of them, and a sense of freedom. So whatever ideas, whatever goals that Sagittarians are developing at this time is to again get them to a state of freedom. Again, of course, continuing the emotional abundance, even the mental abundance that they have right now, and building up, and also the abundance in terms of wealth. Okay, could be related to career, could be related to education, overall job or career, like I said. Or education could be anything even related to your health issues, right? You might be aiming to get better in terms of your health at this time. Could be starting a new regime for yourself in the coming year or in this particular season. So whatever you're doing pretty great. You have a focused mind. You are in a high vibration zone right now. That's what I feel, and which is a greater ground, a very good grounds for manifestation, right? If you're in a high vibe situation. And the Three of Pentacles also tells me that you're open. You're a networker too. Okay, you're very open. Almost most people, I would say, not all. Again, everybody is different, but most Sagittarius I've seen are very extroverted people. They're good in networking. They're good in creating connections with others. Talking to people, communicating with people. Like I said, the sense of expansiveness is there. They love to expand things, even if they're networked, right? And how it helps them is they get greater connections that are, again, they come in handy for them when they want to expand and leverage their network in doing their tasks or whatever goals they try to fulfill. And this is the time you or Sagittarius, you probably will reach out to others, and you will get a lot of help, especially from any coaches, mentors, gurus, any of those people. And in terms of getting knowledge, in terms of seeking some guidance, this is a really good time for you in this coming year or within your season as well. So make sure that you leverage this energy, because all this effort that you will put in, whether getting help from others, whether it's putting out your ideas, even could be your bosses, to get some buy-ins for newer purpose, newer things, newer projects, whatever that is, you will get support, and that will get you some good times ahead, right? Very abundant times in all senses, if you will. Okay. And this beautiful energy is going to be going forward. Guess where? It's going to the star card, right? I have a star, I have a king of wands, and I also have a tower. Don't be afraid of tower in this situation, actually, because what you're seating in right now is going to be a very transformative experience for you, right? And that's what you want. Things are shifting, things are changing for you. And I also have a significator card here, which is Six of Wands. Great amount of success, victory, recognition for you too. Okay, whatever you're doing right now. So this is a beautiful energy going on. Okay, if you still feel, in this entire journey from chaos to abundance, you still feel a little bit of, you want a breather in between, that's going to come. Don't worry. There are going to be healing times. There are going to be things that you desire that are going to be fulfilled in the coming times. I have Nine of Cups at the start. What else do you want, Sagittarians? You have all sorts of freedom and healing coming up for you, and also an opportunity to take the lead and open up your fire energy along with this Aries energy, which I see in the King of Wands, and move ahead. Take the lead in your goals, and you will be able to fulfill them. Rather, you also be helping others and guiding others in coming along with you to fulfill those goals. Whatever those goals are, this is going to be a transformative experience for you. Now, beware of one thing, Sagittarians, the King of Wands, right? Although it loves to, loves to be innovative, creative, could be spiritual, which Sagittarians could be because of the influence of Jupiter. Whatever that is, don't lose direction. Don't get too excited and too crazy in implementing your ideas. Okay? So because there is Aries energy here. So don't get too crazy. Keep yourself grounded as you grow and expand yourself in your endeavors. That's very important, to stay grounded. There could definitely be times when I see the Tower card. I see Tower card in in two ways. One is the transformative experiences, and also with carelessness and with ungrounded acts, if you will, you can destroy things as well very quickly. Just like fire, just like a wildfire goes around, right? Spoils everything. So don't get into that zone, okay? Take care of yourselves. I have another card, which is the Oracle card, Embracing Enthusiasm. Exactly what I'm talking about. Keep your enthusiasm high and shout out to the heavens with happiness. You're already in a good vibe zone. So seek out that abundance, seek out that happiness, leverage it to the full capacity. Keep praying, keep calling your angels, your ancestors to help you out in these endeavors. And also have the moon energy with Cancer from the astrological perspective. Like I said, this is going to be an emotionally abundant time for you, Sagittarians. So don't worry, you will have a wonderful time ahead, okay? I'm going to keep it right here so that you can process this information, and I will see you next time. Enjoy the vibe. And don't forget to comment, by the way. Take care.